Hello and welcome to a brand new episode of the Daily Debate. I am Ahmed Nader and tonight we're going to focus on the Egyptian-Pakistani bilateral relations, the relations that have been there for over 77 years. And we will be focusing on the number of topics that were secured and were developed over those 77 years, and more specifically and most recently in the past week or maybe 10 days ago during the meeting of His Excellency President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi in the New Alamein city with the chairman of the Joint of Chiefs of Staff of all of Pakistan, Sahir Shamshad Mirza, in the New Alamein city, as I mentioned. And we will be focusing on the defense, the military, the trade, cooperation. All of the aspects between Egypt and Pakistan will be tackled during the course of the episode for tonight, and I'm honored to be having a very special guest for tonight in the studio at Nile TV International and the Daily Debate. I'm honored to be having with me His Excellency the Ambassador of Pakistan to Egypt, Ambassador Aamir Shouket. Thank you very much for being with us tonight on the Daily Debate.
Thank you very much. Thank you for having me.
Anytime. Of course, I do know that you've been here in Egypt for the past 5 or 6 months. You mentioned specifically on the 30th of March, I think, yes, in 2025. How would you sum up those 5 or 6 months for you in Egypt? How have they been different for you, especially that you served as the ambassador of Pakistan to Switzerland before? Such a big difference.
Yes, thank you very much, first of all. The difference, I think, is obviously there. Egypt, for us, you know, is very close to our heart.
Yes.
When I came here, I felt like I was home. It's a Muslim country, of course. When I listen to the adhan coming out of mosque, I feel like I'm home.
Yes.
And other than that, you know, we have a very, very close relationship, people to people, government to government, military to military. So these 4 months have been extremely busy for me. And, you know, I'm really enjoying my stay here. It's the hospitality of the Egyptian people is world class. I mean, you know, they receive you with open arms, especially if you are from Pakistan.
Yes. You've mentioned, Your Excellency, that you had met President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi during the visit of the chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff to the New Alamein city and his meeting with the President and the Minister of Defense. But I would like to know more about the characteristics that are being shared between Egypt and Pakistan on the political level, on the economic level, on the cultural level, the main characteristics that you would outline over the past 4 or 5 months.
You see, if I just give it a very quick background to,
Yes,
you mentioned 77 years old relationship, I would go a little bit further back. In 1946,
yes,
father of our nation, Qaid-e-Azam Muhammad Ali Jinnah, he visited Egypt, and Egypt was the only country besides England that he visited. So that shows the importance our father of the nation gave to Egypt. In 1946, he came here to Cairo.
Where after the independence?
This was just a year before independence.
Oh.
But independence was evident by then.
Yes.
Because the British were already preparing to leave. And this was a very important visit.
Yes.
He came at the invitation of Prime Minister of Egypt at that time. And he had very important meetings here. So our relationship begins, you know, formally from there. And then after our independence, we had been very, very close to each other. We had been collaborating ever since at the multilateral forum, be it the United Nations, be it the OIC, platform of OIC, or the D8 where we are members together. And now Egypt is also, you know, coming closer to the Shanghai Cooperation Organization. They're not yet members, but, you know, we are collaborating there as well. So all in all, you know, our political and diplomatic relationship with Egypt has been very good. Over the years, several presidents of Egypt in the past have visited Pakistan, and several of our presidents and prime ministers have visited Egypt. We have numerous mechanisms in place We have nearly 40 memoranda of understanding and agreements on cooperation in various fields, which also includes, by the way, cooperation in cultural field, exchange of news, information between MENA News and the Middle East News Agency and Associated Press of Pakistan. And the list goes on. And on the other side, the trade relationship is also trade and economic, I would say both are very healthy, although they are not up to the full potential that our two countries offer each other. The volume of our trade is around $300 million, and both sides think that this is not up to the full potential. There's a lot we can do together. And then when it comes to the bilateral investments in each other countries, there are quite a few significant investments from both sides. For example, a very big Egyptian company is investing in Pakistan in property development, and in some other areas as well. And in similar fashion, there are Pakistani companies that have set up factories here in textile and also manufacturing footballs in Egypt. But we, again, both sides, we think that there is more scope and more potential for this relationship to grow.
I would like to know more about the scope of the potential of growing this relationship between Egypt and Pakistan, but I would like to take a step back. Historically, you've mentioned, Your Excellency, that one of the first countries that have been visited before even the end of the occupation of Britain to Pakistan, we have shared the same occupying force. What were the lessons, in your opinion, that were shared between both leaders to be knowing what will happen in the future? We need to be developing both countries, Egypt and Pakistan, after the end of the occupation force, especially that Egypt had the same milestone, I think 7 or 10 years after Pakistan. What were the lessons that we had to share to be going into the future and to be shaping the countries that we have nowadays?
I think the lesson from the history or what our forefathers did and gave us was collaboration, very, very close collaboration and support for each other. And that was evident in the respective independence movements in this region. For example, in Maghreb, in Morocco, in Tunis, Algeria, because Pakistan had already become independent. So we provided our own platform from the UN General Assembly, where the Egyptian leader, Belfaraj, was, the Moroccan national leader was provided our platform to speak to the UN General Assembly. And there are several examples. So the message they gave was, to come closer and collaborate. And here I'll give you a very small example of our national poet, Allama Muhammad Iqbal. Who is also known in Egypt because of his poetry that was sung by Kulthum, Hadith al-Ruh. Iqbal, when he talks about unity of the Muslims, where does he start from? He starts from the shores of the Nile in his poetry. Always he talks about Egypt because he visited Egypt in 1931 on his way back from London. And he fell in love with Egypt, and then it was reflected in his poetry over the years. So I think these were our national leaders and all those who followed in their footsteps, followed the same message, I would say, or carried the same message till this day.
Yes, until now. And speaking of the message of collaboration and cooperation, I'll be taking you to the international causes and the international issues that we are witnessing nowadays in Gaza, for example. How would you elaborate on the points of view of Pakistan, and how far are they conforming with the points of view of the Egyptians in terms of the people of Egypt and the diplomatic leadership of Egypt as well, represented in His Excellency President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi, towards what is happening in the Gaza Strip for the past 22 months in specific, and the Middle East in general?
Our point of view on Gaza is exactly in line with what Egypt's point of view is. We fully support what Egypt's point of view is. Be it finding a solution through negotiations for a ceasefire, or the reconstruction plan. We fully supported it. We continue to support it, the Egyptian plan, I mean. And in the past few months or a year, there had been numerous contacts between our leadership. Our Prime Minister has spoken to His Excellency President Sisi several times on the phone. Our two foreign ministers have spoken on the phone several times and have also met many times. For example, last December they met here in Cairo,
yes.
on the sidelines of the D8 summit that was held in Cairo in December. Then they met on the sidelines of the ICFM, the emergency meeting of the OIC in Saudi Arabia. Now very recently, about a week ago, they met in New York again on the sidelines of the meeting on Palestine and the two-state solution meeting. And besides that, they speak to each other on telephone very regularly. What they basically discuss is the regional situation with regard to Gaza, but also Iran,
Yes.
and our region as well. So, Egypt has also played very, very positive role by calling for de-escalation. I'm talking about our region.
Yes.
The conflict in our region, which lasted for 4 days, but Egypt played a very, very positive role in that as well. So I would say that the point of view of Pakistan and Egypt is the same as far as the situation in Gaza is concerned.
Yes, a couple of days ago we have seen a statement being released by Pakistan, and of course it was released from Cairo, as you mentioned before. How do you see the rejection of both Egypt and Pakistan to the plan of taking control by the Israeli side of the Gaza Strip? Because this is the latest development that we have seen today from the United Nations Security Council, in which Pakistan is a non-permanent member for the 2025-2026 year.
Yeah, you rightly said. Pakistan, absolutely rejects this and condemns this action by Israel, or intention of Israel to do this.
Yes.
The statement that we are part of, which was issued 2 days ago, and there was one statement a few months ago, was 20+ countries that was issued. We were also part of that, together with Egypt. We fully supported that. In Security Council today there was an emergency meeting on situation in Gaza, particularly after the recent intention or decision of the Israeli government to take control of Gaza. We very strongly condemned this act of Israel, and we will continue to do so. I mean, even if we are not members of Security Council, but since we are, so we take advantage of our position of being in Security Council, and we use that platform as well.
So what is the upcoming diplomatic push by Pakistan to be having a ceasefire between Hamas and the Israeli occupation forces, or the Israeli government, in your opinion? What could be taken for the favor of the Palestinian civilians, the innocent civilians there in the Gaza Strip?
We are not directly involved in those efforts per se, but we fully support those efforts by Qatar, by Egypt, and by other friendly countries. Whoever takes such an initiative, we fully support them, diplomatically, morally, politically, and we'll continue to do so. So that's our position, and we'll continue to follow that position.
We have a long history between both countries. How did Pakistan see the efforts of Egypt historically to be defending the Palestinian cause, and even more recently to be trying to find a ceasefire between Hamas and the Israeli government?
Pakistan deeply appreciates Egypt's efforts in this regard, because Egypt is one of the few Middle Eastern countries that are directly impacted by situation in Palestine. And whatever Egypt has done so far is commendable. And what they are doing for future is also commendable. We have supported Egypt in the past. We have stood by them in their policies towards Palestine, and we'll continue to do so in the future as well. So that's what Pakistan's message is.
Yes, Your Excellency mentioned a very important point, which is it's not just about the now and today, but what about the day after having a ceasefire in the Gaza Strip? How do you see the efforts of Pakistan in this specific timing, the reconstruction of Gaza, the efforts of Egypt alongside Pakistan? How do you see the role of both countries in this important era for the Palestinians in the Gaza Strip?
You see, the situation in Palestine is felt by everybody across the world, in Egypt, in every country, be it Europe. And in similar fashion, people of Pakistan are deeply hurt and continue to grieve, on this situation, what is happening. They see on the TV screens every day these atrocities being committed. So as far as actions by Pakistan are concerned, yes, we will continue to support all efforts that will bring in peace to the situation in Gaza. Overall, Pakistan supports the concept of two nations theory, with Palestine having its borders of pre-1967 and Jerusalem as its Al-Quds Al-Sharif as its capital. Yes. So that's the policy of Pakistan from day one, and it is not going to change. And as far as Pakistan's standing with its friends and allies, we will continue to do so. As I said earlier, we are not directly involved in negotiations, but we support our friends and allies. And we have the platform of UN Security Council as we are members for this year and next year, and we will continue to raise our voice from that platform as well. And whatever efforts are brought forward to bring an end to the situation, we will support those.
On the other hand, we have seen another development over the past few weeks and months, which was the 12-day war between Iran and Israel, of course, with the involvement of the United States as well. How did Pakistan see this development?
We saw these developments with great concern, because Iran is our brotherly country and also our neighbor. The aggression by Israel was uncalled for, unprovoked. We strongly condemned it. Pakistan, being a non-permanent member of Security Council, called an emergency meeting on this situation immediately upon request of Iran. And we provided them all political and diplomatic support, which we will continue to do so, because we are in favor of resolving all issues through peaceful means. And the actions of Israel against an independent sovereign country, according to our view, were illegal and uncalled for.
Do you think that this brief armed conflict between the three countries, did it have an impact on the region, more specifically on the Gaza Strip?
Well, it did have an impact. Some people asked me this question earlier as well.
Yes.
In a way, during that war, attention was diverted from Gaza.
Yes.
The global attention and the attention of international organizations, international global media was shifted towards Israel-Iran conflict. But thankfully, due to the efforts of, again, the US, the Israeli aggression was put under control and things went back to normal. So we were happy that that happened, and the focus shifted back to Gaza.
Your Excellency, during the past 22 months and even more recently, we have seen the statements by the Foreign Minister of Pakistan, Mohammad Ishaq Dar, mirroring the same statements made by His Excellency President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi about 2 years ago, which are against the displacement of the Palestinians from the land. How did you see the statements of both officials, high-level officials?
Yes, as you mentioned, stated by our foreign minister, we are totally against displacement of Palestinian people.
Yes.
It's their land, it's their right to live and prosper there. That's it. No power on earth should displace them. That's against international humanitarian law. They have right like any other people to their land, to their country. So our position on that has been and will remain the same, and it's very much in line with all Muslim countries, including Egypt.
And we have seen on another front, we did speak about the diplomatic efforts of Egypt and Pakistan, maybe for the future as well, but on the humanitarian level, because we do know that there are problems in terms of reaching and accessing the humanitarian aid to the Palestinians in the Gaza Strip with the acts of the Israeli occupation forces. How do you see, on the other hand, the efforts of Egypt to be giving and to be having a better access for the humanitarian aid to be reaching the innocent civilians in the Palestinian Gaza Strip, and more specifically after airdropping tons of humanitarian aid, because this option is actually being used nowadays? How do you evaluate the humanitarian efforts of Egypt to be helping the Palestinians in need now?
I think Egypt is doing a great deal in terms of providing help and assistance to people of Gaza.
Yes.
But of course, this is within the limitations imposed by Israel. The blockade that they have created in Gaza by closing the border crossings in Rafah and other places. So there is so much that Egypt can do in those circumstances when Israel blocks it from the other side. But we are happy to note that now there has been some respite and some aid and assistance has started flowing back into Gaza. And Egypt again is playing a very important role. We are very thankful to Egypt that they have been assisting us in provision of assistance that came from Pakistan. We had about 8 plane loads that came in the past, and we have plans in future as well of more planes coming in, for which we are assisted by Egypt in delivering that through Egyptian Red Crescent. This assistance, humanitarian assistance, goes from the people of Pakistan for the people of Gaza.
To be reaching the people
of Gaza.
Yes. Your Excellency, of course, we do need globally a joint diplomatic efforts, and more specifically between Egypt and Pakistan, to be moving against the displacement of the Palestinians, because we have the same statements by the Foreign Minister of Pakistan, by the President of Egypt in every possible occasion. How do you see the importance of having this joint diplomatic effort between Egypt and Pakistan to be moving the international opinion and the global opinion against the displacement of the Palestinians from the land?
I think global opinion is now moving in that direction.
Yes.
What we see nowadays, that several countries, particularly in Europe, are now aligning their statements with what we have been saying. And this would have not been the case if countries like Egypt and Pakistan and other Muslim countries would not have stood together. So I definitely think that when we stand united, we stand together with one voice, the others listen. And I note that the others have now started listening, and it's knocking on their conscience that something needs to be done. So yeah, I think it's very, very important that we continue to do that.
Something needs to be done, and everything and everyone in the world knows that by now. On the Israeli side, you think that there is someone who is listening, who could be taking notes that something should be changing for the benefit of everyone?
Unfortunately not. Unfortunately not. This is, I would say, the lowest point in our recent history that no one is able to put a leash to what the Israeli government is doing to innocent people of Gaza. But I hope better sense will prevail, a ceasefire will be reached, and full humanitarian access will be allowed. The UN would be allowed full access into Gaza, and international media would be allowed. People would be allowed to return back to their villages and their towns who have been displaced internally. And some reconstruction will start. I mean, this will, because of the, the magnitude of destruction in Gaza is so enormous, humongous, that it will take years. But at least it has to start. And I hope that, the international community, the international organization will be able to, convince Israel to pull back from Gaza and let the people live and prosper there. Because there is no other solution to it.
Speaking of solutions, you've mentioned, Your Excellency, that there is one lasting, sustainable resolution for the conflict, and it is being shared by Egypt and Pakistan, which is the two-state solution on the borders of 1967, with East Jerusalem as the capital of Palestine. How attainable is this resolution?
I think this will start gaining traction, because in the end that is the solution. Any other proposal, any other solution is impractical. And I think now that we have heard statements from some key European countries also, making similar suggestions or falling in line with our position is very, very important. And we hope that more and more countries will do that. And once that picks up momentum, I think then there'll be no other option but to, follow that proposal.
Yes, Your Excellency, and moving to another important topic of collaboration and cooperation between Egypt and Pakistan, which took place, as you mentioned, maybe 10 days ago, the meeting between His Excellency President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi and the chairman of the Joints of Chiefs of Staff of Pakistan, General Sahir Shamshad Mirza, in the New Alamein city. And you were there, you were accompanying the general on this meeting, and of course the meeting with the Minister of Defense as well, Abdel Magid Saqr. How do you see the importance of, first of all, the meeting between General Sahir and His Excellency President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi in the New Alamein city?
Well, the visit of General Sahir Shamshad Mirza was in the context of a regular defense and security talks mechanism.
Yes.
And these were held in Cairo, which were co-chaired by him and his counterpart, General Abdul Magid Saqr. Were held in a very, very positive and friendly atmosphere.
Yes.
We have a very, very good ongoing collaboration, military-to-military collaboration, where we share information with each other. There are training courses bilaterally held. We have military officers, they do training here, and Egyptian military officers go for training in Pakistan. We participate in exercises together, like multilateral exercises or bilateral exercises, military-to-military exercises. So in that context, our collaboration is very good. The meeting with His Excellency President Sisi was basically a courtesy call.
Yes.
And it was very nice of President Sisi that he received General Sahir Shamshad Mirza, Chairman, Joint Chief of Staff Committee. They spoke about bilateral relations between Egypt and Pakistan. They also spoke about enhancing defense collaboration, trade collaboration, people-to-people contacts, and he also extended invitation to His Excellency the President and also to Defense Minister to visit Pakistan. And we hope that there will be a number of high-level visits from Egypt to Pakistan.
Something that we have shared, Egypt and Pakistan, both countries, which is the fight against terrorism
Yes.
and extremism. And both countries, they have come out victorious of this fight. How would you comment on the collaboration in this field?
I think if you look at geography,
Yes.
there are only two countries, that is, as you rightly said, Egypt and Pakistan, that have successfully defeated the menace of terrorism.
Yes.
And this, I would say, has been because of two factors. Number one, strong military. Both countries have strong military. And the second was will of the nation. Because if the nation stands behind your military,
Yes.
only then you can defeat this menace. There are several examples in the region, if you look around, where they could not defeat this menace fully. And they're still, you know, facing problems with regard to terrorism. There has been ongoing issues in several countries, in our region and in your region as well. So I think our two countries realize this aspect, and we do collaborate, exchange information on that, so best practices and information. So.
Your Excellency, you've mentioned a very important point, or a very specific characteristic between Egypt and Pakistan, which is it's not just about the army and the size of the army or the military, because I do know that Pakistan is a big nation in terms of geography, in terms of population. I think 250 million. Egypt is exceeding 100 million as well, but it's more about the relationship between the people of Egypt and Pakistan and their militaries as well. How would you see this characteristic? Because I don't think that this is anywhere else in the world.
Yes, I think we have a lot of similarities. Allow me to say one thing here.
Yes.
You know, in your neighborhood, you have the issue of Palestine, which is unresolved since 1948.
Yes.
In our neighborhood, we have the issue of Kashmir, which is unresolved since 1947.
Yes.
So, unless Palestinian issue is resolved, Middle East will continue to be unstable. There will be instability. And unless the issue in our neighborhood is resolved, South Asia will remain unstable. So, the other similarity, you know, I would like to mention here is the large percentage, over 60% of our respective populations, both in Egypt and Pakistan, comprise of young people below the age of 30. That is an asset for both of us, you know.
Yes. So it's not a burden.
It's not a burden. It's not a burden. I think this is an asset for both of us.
Yes.
Like when we train them properly, we teach them skills of the modern age, like IT, software, artificial intelligence, cyber, etc. They can become very useful, not only for our respective countries, but they can also be very useful for the global market. Your education system is also very good. So is ours. So I also see, you know, a lot of similarities and possibilities for collaboration in that field.
And to be collaborating in the field of military exercises, the military cooperation, how do you see the prospects of that for the future, especially after the meeting of the Minister of Defense, Abdelmajid Sakr of Egypt, and the Chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, General Seher Shamshed Mirza?
No, I see very positive signs. From next week, there is a delegation, Egyptian military delegation in Pakistan, that will be holding staff-level talks. These are regular meetings, but happening now, from next week onwards.
Yes.
But besides that, the Chairman Joint Chief of Staff Committee also extended invitation to His Excellency, the Defense Minister, which he very graciously accepted to visit Pakistan.
Yes.
So we are looking forward to his visit whenever it happens. Obviously, the dates and everything is decided through diplomatic and military channels. That can take time for preparations and all that. But I see very good signs for not only in this field, but also the foreign minister and the president's visit in the future as well.
Moving on to another field of cooperation, Your Excellency, you mentioned at the beginning of the episode a very important statistic, which is not enough. $300 million of trade exchange,
yes,
or the volume of trade between Egypt and Pakistan. How and when can we be doing better for the benefit of both sets of people?
I think there is realization on both sides that the volume of trade is below our potential.
Yes.
And we are making efforts, both Egypt and Pakistan, to enhance it. And there are a number of areas that we are working on. For example, Egypt is considered as gateway to Africa, and from our side also gateway to Europe.
Yes.
Because of the geography. So we can use Egypt to enhance our trade to Africa and also to Europe. In that context, we are also encouraging Pakistani businesses to come here and establish their businesses in Egypt. As I had mentioned earlier, that there
yes,
are a number of companies from Pakistan. For example, we excel in football manufacturing, for example. It's a fact that is known, but maybe your audiences may not know that Pakistan is the largest football manufacturer in the world. Nearly 40 million footballs are manufactured and exported out of Pakistan to the entire world.
Being used for the international tournaments.
Oh yes,
yeah.
And the Champions League match balls are all made in Pakistan. Used to be Bundesliga as well in Germany.
Yes.
And all the World Cups, including the upcoming World Cup,
in the USA,
is being made in Pakistan. So we have this expertise, which we have brought now to Egypt as well. I visited that factory here in Egypt. They have started at a small to medium scale, but they have intention of expanding it. I was told that Egypt does manufacture some footballs, but at a very low scale, not the championship level. But now there are footballs being manufactured by a Pakistani company in Egypt, which are exported to Europe and other countries from Cairo, from Egypt. And there are other fields as well in which we can learn from each other. For example, the field of agriculture,
yes,
where Egypt has excelled a lot. Despite the fact that the cultivable land mass in Egypt is small, but your harvest and production is much higher. And we recently had a delegation from the province of Punjab. The agriculture minister was here, who held very, very useful meetings with his counterparts, and also visited a number of fruit farms and agricultural farms. And inshallah, we are working on some joint ventures, etc., where we learn from Egypt how to enhance our agriculture sector by utilizing minimal resources, particularly the use of drip irrigation, in which Egypt excels, and there are a number of other areas.
Yes.
For example, tourism is another area where Egypt excels, and we can learn from Egypt. This is the service side, the goods I spoke, and
yes,
in service industry also. We have a lot of things that we can do collectively. So we are working on a number of areas.
Some of the statements of His Excellency President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi has been centering about the information technology being the future for the job markets here in Egypt and of course for the world, something which Pakistan is excelling in. How can we be collaborating in this field, information technology, cyber security? How can we be learning from you?
This is a very good question. Like Egypt, Pakistan has also been focusing on this area.
Yes.
And in the past few years, like a decade, we have gained a lot of success. We have introduced new courses in our universities, new institutions have been established, particularly at the technical and vocational level, to train young people by teaching them how to do coding. The engineering courses are important in computer science, but you also need workers who know how to code.
Yes.
So thousands of youngsters are graduating from these institutes and going straight into the IT industry. They either join companies or do freelancing. Because Pakistan is fourth largest English-speaking country in the world by terms of population.
Yes.
And English sort of has become, you know, the global language of IT industry. And I see that Egypt also has a very high level of English-speaking people here. And also graduates in IT. I think that is one area where we are actually working on, and we can collaborate more by exchanging information, by sending students to each other's countries to learn from each other, exchanging teachers, professors, etc., curriculum, sharing information on curriculum. So these are some initiatives that we are working on.
And Your Excellency, you've mentioned how things work in Pakistan when it comes to be learning coding, because this is one important requirement for the job market for the future, something that was highlighted by President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi for the future students. The students in Pakistan, they finish high school and they just go to an institute for, I think, a couple of years, and they are ready for the job market, as you mentioned, on a freelancing scale, on different levels. Do you think that this scheme could be replicated here in Egypt?
Oh yes, very much, because the environment here in Egypt is very enabling. As I said earlier, around 60% of Egypt's population comprises of young people. If you give them these tools, you empower them with these technological tools by teaching them how to do coding. Yes, we need engineers as well. They can continue their engineering courses and producing engineers in universities. But also very important, to produce these technicians, these young people who can do some specialized courses in coding, and within 2 years they can straight away go into the labor market in the IT industry. And by doing so, we also protect by not sending them abroad.
Yes.
It's not like it's an action against brain drain. They stay home. Who would not stay home in Egypt or in Pakistan if they can earn through these skills like $2,000 to $3,000 per
Yes.
month? That's a lot of money. They would happily stay with their families in their own country instead of migrating and passing through so much of difficulties settling in an alien country. So I think this is the area for future where our two countries can and will collaborate, inshallah.
Yes, and speaking of collaboration, you mentioned, Your Excellency, the importance of collaborating and cooperating in the field of tourism, because Egypt is excelling in this field specifically over the past couple of years, and Pakistan, it has a lot to offer for the potential tourists, even from Egypt and from the rest of the world, that I could be visiting Pakistan. What can I expect?
Well, to begin with,
Yes.
Very recently we have eased our visa system. It's an e-visa online for 126 countries, including Pakistan. It's called visa prior to approval, for which you don't need
Including
to...
for the Egyptians.
For Egyptians
Yes.
also.
Yes.
You don't need to pay anything. You just fill up an online form, submit copy of your passport and a photograph. And within 48 hours, you get your visa. So that was to promote tourism and businesses. But when you go to Pakistan, you can expect a number of things. If you are interested in heritage tourism, you will find heritage sites of Mohenjo-daro, Harappa, Taxila, the archaeological sites from the Indus Valley civilization that existed in parallel to the Egyptian civilization.
Thousands of years ago.
Thousands of years ago.
Yes.
And then you will find the remnants of the Buddhist civilization. Then you'll also find, the religious sites of Sikhs and also Hindus and Christians. But you'll also find nature tourism. By nature, I mean the high mountains, high altitude tourism, trekking, mountaineering, adventure tourism. Because north of Pakistan offers one of the best sites in the world. Out of 14 8,000 meters and above peaks, 5 are in Pakistan. And we offer some of the most beautiful views in the world. If you go to the northern areas of Pakistan called Gilgit-Baltistan, you come across high altitude deserts. You come across glaciers. By the way, we have the highest number of glaciers anywhere in the world. The amount
Even
of
in the
ice.
summer.
Oh yes,
Yes.
highest amount of ice other than North and South Pole is in Pakistan. And the number of glaciers, highest is in Pakistan. But also we have high altitude deserts in Pakistan. We have the highest border crossing between two countries, that is between China and Pakistan. It's around 4,900 meters.
Wow.
And just on a lighter note, we also have the highest ATM machine in the world.
The highest.
The highest, 4,900 meters.
Wow.
It's
Above sea
at the
level.
Pakistan-China border.
Yes. On the other hand, Pakistan has participated effectively in the development summit, the D8, here
Yes.
in Cairo, with, of course, the presence of His Excellency President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi. What was the main purpose of participating in this summit?
You see, this organization, which comprises of 8 developing countries, our goal is to come together through platform of D8 and collaborate on number of areas in order to enhance our trade, our economic relations, our education relations, people-to-people contacts. So it was basically in that context, and Egypt was the chair of the rotating chair of the D8.
Yes.
And my Prime Minister, Mohammad Shahbaz Sharif, visited, where he also held a meeting with His Excellency President Sisi. But Prime Minister also visited Sharm el-Sheikh before that for the COP27. So this was his second visit to Egypt.
On the other hand, we have seen over the past 10 or 11 years under the tenure of President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi development in the smart cities, a new capital, new roads and bridges, the development in infrastructure. How do you see it, and how do you see the importance of having this development, this boom here in Egypt under the tenure of President al-Sisi? How effective is it for the future of the country, and what are the prospects of cooperation between Egypt and Pakistan in this field?
It's actually highly commendable. You see, this shows that Egypt is growing. Egypt is progressing. Egypt is modernizing. While Egypt has a lot to offer in terms of archaeological tourism, but on the other hand, it also offers, investors opportunities to invest in these mega projects. And the other thing is, by building by highways, motorways, the president and the Egyptian government has provided not only the people of Egypt, but also those who visit Egypt with opportunity to travel from one point to another point with ease and confidence. And also, it has enhanced the image of Egypt in the eyes of international financial institutions, and also in the eyes of international investors. So I think all in all, and this also indicates the health of economy of the country, that it is doing perfectly all right. It gives a very positive signal to the outside world that come, have a look at Egypt. Egypt is progressing, Egypt is modernizing. And you talked about the new administrative capital. I think this was one of the best initiatives of His Excellency President Sisi, by shifting the capital, by lowering the burden on Cairo city, where the congestion was growing with every day. Now when the ministries have moved out, And hopefully the diplomatic embassies and institutions will also move in the near future. And many of the Egyptians will also move there and in fact are already moving. This will further reduce the burden on the Cairo city because now you'll have altogether a new city. And this is just like, you know, we had one in Pakistan in the early 60s when we shifted our capital from Karachi to Islamabad. Initially, there was a lot of apprehension by people that what is going to happen to this city and how, you know, people are going to, you know, survive there. But now, you know, from 60s and now we are in 2025, it's a big bustling city of 2 million people, you know, and the real estate prices have become so expensive in Islamabad. And I think, inshallah, that time is not very far when we'll have the Egyptian new administrative capital, you know, progressing like that very soon.
So the Egyptians could be expecting a brighter future, a better future for the new capital. As you mentioned, Your Excellency, you've done the same in Pakistan in 1964. Should we be expecting better for the future?
I think even better, like you said, because when I visited the new administrative capital, when I met the chairman of the company, ACUD, engineer Khalid Abbas, you know, he gave me some briefing on their future projects. I think this is one of the most modern cities in the world in terms of, you know, its sustainability, the greenery that is going to be created there, the new airport. I think it's going to be one of the best capitals in the world, for sure.
Yes, and speaking of the capital and the boom that we are having in this field, what about the investments on both sides? What are the prospects for the Egyptian investors, potential investors from Egypt to be going to Pakistan and investing their money and vice versa?
Yes, it's a good question. In Pakistan, we have, you know, very recently established a new mechanism in the government called Strategic Investment Facilitation Council.
Yes.
Or SIFC. I mean, very briefly, I will say a few words about, you know, the architecture of Pakistan's governance. We are a federal republic. So we have provinces which are devolved and they have their own parliaments and governments. And at times they are governed by different political parties. So the investors were having at times, you know, problems. What the government did was they established a central mechanism in which all the provinces are represented. A Prime Minister himself chairs that. And now the investor has to go through only one window operation. So that is one. And then they identified few sectors like agriculture is one, mining is the other, IT, and tourism.
Yes.
So these are four sectors which are open, and we are encouraging Egyptians, particularly, you know, in agriculture, like reclamation of land, which Egypt, you know, is doing a pretty good job in that, especially desert farming. So we have a lot of desert in which we need to develop, you know, some sort of farming. And we can learn a lot from Egypt. So we have invited Egyptian companies to come, either enter into joint ventures with local companies or establish your own, you know, farms there. And on the other hand, we are encouraging Pakistani investors to come and take advantage of these exclusive economic zones like Suez Canal Economic Zone, the Free Economic Zone, etc. Because they offer one of the best opportunities in the world and facilities to investors to come set up your plants and then using Egypt as a gateway to Africa and to Europe, you know, then sell your goods from here.
Yes, and finally, Mr. Ambassador, the cultural exchange between both sets of people. We have a lot in common, as we have established during the course of this episode of the Daily Debate. How to be fostering those cultural exchanges, the religious relationship, the bilateral ties between Egypt and Pakistan, Al-Azhar, Al-Sharif, for example. How would you think we could be having a better relationship between a big institution, a big Islamic institution such as Al-Azhar and Pakistan, as well as the cultural exchanges between both sets of people?
It's a very good question. You know, we have few projects in the pipeline. We have been discussing with our Egyptian counterparts. You know, there are so many commonalities between us in terms of culture, music, TV dramas, movies. We know that Egypt is very good with cinema and TV and music. So we are discussing these proposals where we bring in Pakistani films to Egypt. We dub them in Arabic and screen them here. And we take Egyptian TV serials and films to Pakistan. On the other hand, we have been regularly participating in the Sama festival that is held every year. The mystic singers, or Qawwali as we call it, they are Sufi singers, they follow their traditions. Yeah, they come from Pakistan and they participate, and they are very much liked by people here. And as far as our collaboration with Al-Azhar is concerned, that's very historic. That has been going on. I had my own personal meeting with Sheikh Al-Azhar, His Eminence, and I requested him to increase number of scholarships for Pakistani students and expand it to other fields besides religious education, to, for example, you know, pharmacy, to computer science, to medicines, etc.
Yes.
And he very graciously accepted that, so we are working on that. Al-Azhar is also interested to establish Al-Azhar Center in Pakistan for language, Arabic language. We are working on that. Already there are 11 Egyptian professors and lecturers teaching in Pakistan at the International Islamic University. His Eminence Sheikh Al-Azhar himself taught at the International Islamic University in Islamabad, and he very fondly recalls his stay in Pakistan. We have invited him to visit Pakistan, and he very graciously accepted.
Yes, Your Excellency, Ambassador of Pakistan to Egypt, Ambassador Aamir Shouket, thank you very much for being with us tonight on Nile TV International and the Daily Debate.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much to Nile TV and to you, Ahmed, for inviting me and providing me this opportunity tonight.
Anytime. And this brings us to the end of the Daily Debate for tonight. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.